know that Representative Knox is on that, and I know that he's been extremely So at some point, maybe in May, you could be able to give us an update or whatever.
Yeah, we can regroup and do
That's good. There's one question that I had asked the commissioners as we were going about the $250,000. If our motion would grant them authority to be able to use any surplus funds. And I don't think that that's the intention, so that the $250,000 needs to come out of expenditures and not our surplus, the old surplus that we just took $119,000 out of, whatever. So I just wanted to clarify that so there wouldn't be a question. Representative Walter.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. That is excellent because our motion was a little ambiguous, but the commissioner, well, as to what they could do on each particular line in order to come up with those numbers at the bottom, which was a concern of mine. Okay, so, however, but the commissioner did mention that they had the authority to make cuts from the budgets. And I felt very satisfied that the commissioner stated that, to be in his clarifying statement, that we were giving him authority to cut department budgets. So that's
elected officials also, all the budgets,
yes.
all
Right.
county, any budget that's in,
Anybody.
you got $250,000.
Madam Chairman, where are we going to come up with the $250,000 if we don't make cuts? I mean, this is ridiculous. What his comment is. Of course we
I
gotta make cuts.
apologize. It's not ridiculous because because you could add money to departments that you wished, and then cut other money from other departments, which is not really our wish. So when you said you were only given the authority to make cuts from our budget that we had proposed, I felt satisfied that your intentions would be fine. But I was concerned with you could possibly add money to Department A and take it away from Department C.
It doesn't authorize that at all, does it? No, just straight cut.
What he has to do, the commissioners know what they have to do. They are authorized to cut $250,000 from wherever, from the amount of money which we have on page 31, that I can't remember what it is at the moment. And if anybody thinks that it's $25,687,243, I don't think that that's an ambiguous statement. I think it is very positive, and that's from every department, whether it goes from soup to nuts, it's everything. So I think that that's appropriate. So everybody understand, I don't think that that's an ambiguous statement. You know the intent. Representative McCarthy, and then we're going to go to the public.
The Stratford County did the exact same thing a couple of days ago to the tune of $800,000. They just cut it off the bottom and told the commissioner, you figure out where to cut it, but we want that much cut out.
Yes, thank you. And they've already done with the 250. They've gone almost 500,000 off what we started with last week. So, public, Representative Pettengill.
Can I just ask one question, and that is, I noticed on the website that they're going to be a little late transferring over to the new nursing home.
Yes.
They're going into August.
Yes.
And is that going to affect financially at all? Are we on budget, or are we going over budget?
We reduced the annex, or the old nursing home budget, because we'll be staying there a little bit longer, so we won't need those expenses. So we reduced that by, I believe, $15,000.
Are you pretty much on budget right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to be absolutely sure that my statement was correct. There's $250,000 off of $25,937,248, which equals, now listen, which equals $25,687,243. They're not taking $250,000 from the 687. Okay, the 25,687,243 is the bottom line number they come up with. That includes the 250 from the 937,243.
That's how the motion read.
Yes, I want to be absolutely sure.
The motion read
Yes.
include this number.
It includes that, yes. Public public, how are we public? Chip, oh, representatives left, wait a minute.
I just wanted to say that,
Yeah. Minus. Yeah, she just said your opposite.
no,
She had it right.
no, that's correct. On page 31, the figure we have there is the budget that we, if you were adopted up to this point, that was the result of our last.
Right, right.
we did.
And then
Right.
from
Yeah.
that,
You just
we're
went to the
taking.
big, but the larger number.
Yes, and we take 250,000 out of the larger number, and it brings us to 25,687,243.
So write that number down and eliminate the, whatever number's in there, because that number doesn't count anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Commissioner Solomon, and then we'll get to your Chip.
With the understanding that you had already eliminated $1,879,306 from the original budget. So you've already taken off over $1 million, almost $2 million.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we know that.
No, we're not.
That's
Good.
what we did. Chip,
Okay,
Alden.
just a couple of things. Representative Umberger, I also read that court study for the reorganization of the court. Commissioner Sorensen's problem still stands. The current Justice Lynn made sure to exempt the Superior Court from any changes. And all of the changes that are affected by that are in the probate district and family court divisions, which needed adjusting. But it does nothing to avoid the 200, 300, 400-day wait in pretrial. There's no one in pretrial confinement waiting to go to district court, probate court, or family court. They're all waiting to go to Superior Court. My suggestion to the Chief Justice was to more closely examine the system that they use in Maine, wherein all of the courts are integrated into one system to try to increase efficiencies. To Representative McCarthy, every day that I sat as a commissioner, and I believe every day that David Sorensen or Dorothy or Asha have sat as commissioners, we were asked for every dollar that needed to be moved. We always were asked whether or not that dollar could be moved by a department head, with very few exceptions. So I think that the system is in place that you're asking for. It might not be codified as such, but it's in place. The rest of the budget, I think, I guess I'm a little baffled. If we could increase the earnings at the nursing home by $250,000, would that satisfy the delegation's need? Or is it just a cut that we're interested in? And I guess that is a philosophical issue. Lastly, I did get a look at Representative Tregenza's email. You need to school, Madam Chairman, your representatives in slanderous use of a private citizen's name. If he wants to address something that a Board of Commissioners did, that's perfectly all right. I'm now a private citizen, and I'm not going to be subjected to him slandering me or making some sort of assertions as to what I do. If I have a seat at the table and I can combat him and have equal voice, then I'm happy to do it. But as a private citizen, I don't have that ability. So I think that we need to be very careful about how we refer to private citizens when we're elected officials.
But I do know that you have been appointed the assistant treasurer.
I haven't gotten sworn in yet,
Okay,
so I
well,
have to
at
throw that
that
out
point,
there.
whenever you have your assistant treasurer hat on, you're no longer a private citizen.
And I'll take my licks on
I'll
the
take your licks for that, 250 a year, okay? Representative McCarthy.
Yes, private citizen Alvy, are you saying that you were aware of and went along with a transfer of $154,000 worth of appropriations in the sheriff's budget last year? Are you saying that?
No, what I was saying was in most departments, with one exception, we are fully informed of every transfer. In my original or initial public comment at the beginning of this meeting, I think think I was pretty clear on the dysfunctional relationship between the Sheriff's Department and the Board of Commissioners while I was a commissioner, and that needed to be addressed by the delegation.
And we tabled it.
Anything else? I forgot, yes.
Just a question for Representative Humberger. The House is going to vote on the current budget when?
Thursday.
Thursday?
There will be a hearing on, an open public
Yeah.
briefing on, not a hearing, a briefing on Tuesday at 9:30. If anyone from the public wants to come and sit in the gallery,
Thank you.
it's open.
This is going to take time, but I'm just passing these. I work with Carroll County United, and we're starting a buy local webpage. And I hopefully, as I'm working on that, I'm going to be getting in touch with the various representatives of the town. It's going to be for all businesses in Carroll County. Hopefully, we'll be able to just take this webpage and generate more local business. So,
Just give us this representative.
I would give you I'll put one there. If you have any questions on that, ask me. What I'm going to be getting in touch with you for is contacts. When the webpage is going to be up and running, hopefully in about a month and a half. When I can go into a business and call it up, so I may be calling you just for contacts of people to talk to in your community. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Commissioner? Oh, we have one, but, one.
Do you want to go?
Go ahead.
I can wait.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I do want to say I'm very happy to hear that the $30 registration tax has been repealed, because I found it very onerous, as pretty much every citizen in Effingham did. I do want to, I did email you, Representative Umberger, and I didn't hear back from you about what was going on in the Finance Committee. And I did go on the website last night and peruse the rather lengthy pages, and I mean, I know you guys can't do anything about it now, but my concern as a citizen, as a welfare officer, as a nurse, is that all these things, if they get passed, this is downshifting. I mean, Effingham's a little dinky town. We're gonna get slammed if all these programs they're gonna cut. They're already coming to our door. I have a very small budget. We're gonna have to go borrow money if they use that up in the next couple of months. I mean, they just passed my budget. I'm just really scared. If this is, I mean, it's horrible, because the person that you worked with, like, he's pictured in the, you and he are pictured here together. He's talking about passing an RSA that is gonna take that responsibility, you know, saying the towns aren't even gonna have to do that. I don't even know when that's gonna happen. This is just plain scary.
Well, there's a part of me that wants to say to you, in all due respect, is that the last 4 years, as we borrowed money for operating expenses in Concord to balance the budget, was very, very scary to me. And so it really all depends on where you are. We all are scared. There's a lot of money at stake in both avenues, whether it's at the local level or whether it's in Concord. To me, it's absolutely totally wrong to borrow money for operating expenses. And that's what happened in the last 4 years. And that's what bothers me, and that's what brings us here. So I understand you're scared, because I have been scared too.
I mean, I'm very happy taxes are getting cut. I mean, I know how to run a household for a long, long time. You know, I can manage my money and pay my bills, but I'm just scared. I don't know what else to say. It's, you know,
Yep.
As a nurse, I'm just scared for the people that are gonna be so badly hurt by this.
Well, we are.
You know, as a private citizen, I'm happy the taxes are getting cut, but I mean, I just don't see where there's any kind of balance happening. Thank you.